Hey y'all, it's Monday, so y'all know what that means. It is time for another Mom Chat Monday. And y'all already know, y'all already seen it. We have our handy dandy wine here. Take a sip, get your own straw though. If you're new here, hi, hello, hey. I do a series on my channel called Mom Chat Monday, and it's pretty much we talk about a lot of the things that not very many people talk about when having a child. So this series is perfect for brand new moms who really have no idea what the hell to expect, because people tell you, oh my gosh, this is going to be so beautiful. Oh my gosh, having a child is so wonderful. And it is. But they don't tell you the things that come along with that. So that's why I'm here. And today we are going to be talking about postpartum depression. I'm not going to say like that because that's like a whole, no. Today we're going to talk about postpartum depression. Let's start off with definitions and then we're going to get into it. So first, there's baby blues. The definition of baby blues is, I didn't really get a definition of baby blues, but here are the symptoms. Mood swings, anxiety, sadness, irritability, feeling overwhelmed, crying, reduced concentration, appetite problems, and trouble sleeping. And this can happen from 2 to 3 days after the baby is born and last up to 2 weeks. That is baby blues. That's what I think I had the first time I became a mom, and even the second time that I became a mom. And this time around, I think I dealt with possibly postpartum depression. Not quite sure, but that's what it sounds like. And I'm going to get into that definition or those symptoms now. Postpartum depression is depressed mood or severe mood swings, excessive crying, and difficulty bonding with your baby. And this can last up to 1 year. And then the third type of postpartum is postpartum psychosis. Now, this is the symptoms of this are confusion and disorientation, obsessive thoughts about your baby, hallucinations and delusions, sleep disturbances, excessive energy and agitation, paranoia, attempts to harm yourself or your baby. Y'all might hear my baby in there right now. So those are the three types of, like, I guess you would call it postpartum depressions, or after baby blues or whatever. And most of the time it's hormonal. Your body is going through a lot of changes after you have a baby. Your estrogen levels are up here when you're pregnant, and they have to go when you're after you have delivered the baby. So there's a lot going on there, and a lot of people think that postpartum depression is made up. Some people think that it's all in your mind, and other people think that it's only just being sad. And as y'all heard, I just read a whole list of things. Now, I said that I think that I had baby blues when I first had Jace, and that stemmed from me feeling like I couldn't provide for my son, not financially or anything like that, but my breast milk was just not coming in, and I was like adamant on breastfeeding him. And I didn't have any formula because I'm like, well, all moms can breastfeed. Duh, it's just a thing. But it's not. There's a thing where some moms just can't breastfeed. There are plenty of moms who are literally unable to breastfeed, whether their milk isn't coming in properly, the baby is tongue-tied, the baby won't latch, it's too painful. There's a lot of different reasons. And I didn't know that before I had my first son. So I was like, I don't need formula because I'm gonna breastfeed. And then when I couldn't do that, I felt like I couldn't provide for him, and that sent me into the baby blues, because I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have this kid that I have to take care of for the rest of his damn life and the rest of my life, and I can't provide for him in that aspect. And so I cried. I cried. I was sad, but then I quickly got over it. It wasn't really a big deal. And then with Jackson, I don't think I really had baby blues per se, but I did cry after I had Jackson. And now this is what I just call like the mandatory after baby cry, because I cried after I had Jace, and then I cried after I had Jackson. So I kind of figured everybody just cry after they have a baby at some point. But I cried after I had Jackson because I was overwhelmed. You know, I had 2 kids, and Jace wanted something, Jackson was hollering, and then Jackson's tugging at my leg. Jace tugging at my leg, mommy, you know, whining, because I'm trying to pay attention to him, but the little baby needs more attention. So I had to break down then, and luckily, thank you Jesus, my mom was there. She saw it and was just like, okay, Janae, just go get some rest, go take some time, and I'll get the boys. And I said earlier in the video that I think I had postpartum depression after Jocelyn, and that in particular had nothing to do with Jocelyn at all. That was because I had a C-section and I wasn't able to do a lot, and I just felt like I just was being a bum old parent, really. In all actuality, I wasn't, because what are you gonna do? You had a C-section. You can't do all the stuff that you usually do. You can't just be up and at them after you have a C-section. It's just not a thing. So yeah, I've gone through it. And let me tell you, new moms, something. It is normal. It is okay to say, I have the baby blues. I feel sad. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm this, I'm that. Whatever you're feeling, I'm anxious, I'm scared, whatever the case may be, it is normal. Do not feel like you are less of a parent. Do not feel like you are less of a person. We all go through it in some form or fashion, and there are a couple of lucky ones who do not go through it. But for the majority of us, our hormones are everywhere, and we don't know what to do about it. Like us externally, internally, our body is literally just fixing itself. But externally, the way it is expressed, it has to get expressed somehow, and you know, it comes out in the form of postpartum depression, baby blues, or postpartum psychosis. So yeah, don't feel like you are less than because you feel this type of way. There's a questionnaire after you have a baby that the doctors give you, and it asks you questions. Are you sad? Do you think about harming your baby? Do you, in the last couple of days or couple weeks, whatever the case may be, have you felt this way? Have you felt that? Have you felt whatever? Please, I am begging you, be honest on those surveys, because they can help you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of people lie on those surveys. My sister, for instance, she lied on her questionnaire, and she wishes she wouldn't have, because for whatever reason, females or women feel embarrassed to tell the truth on those surveys, because I think it makes them feel as if they're an incompetent or incapable mother. And let me tell you, that's not the case. That is not the case. Please be honest on those surveys, because they will help you. My sister said that sometimes she feels like she's still going through postpartum depression, and my nephew is 5, you know? And that's not to say she wishes she wants to harm my nephew or anything like that. But sometimes she's just sad. And like I said in one of my previous Mom Chat Mondays, feeling like you've taken on the burden of everything alone can send you into some type of depression. And I would call that postpartum depression, because no matter how old your child is, you still have to take on these challenges, these burdens, I wouldn't call them burdens, but these responsibilities, and it seems sometimes like you're the only one doing that, And so there you have it. 5 years later, you feel like you're in a postpartum depression. And I believe that. And I also believe that if she would have told the truth on those surveys, she could have gotten help right then and there, the counseling, the therapy, or even just the doctor to talk to. You know what I mean? So yeah, postpartum depression is normal. Postpartum psychosis is when you absolutely have to go and get help. If you ever think of harming yourself or your child or anyone else involved in the making of that baby, i.e. the father, you need to get help. Your doctors can help you. People who don't even know you are willing to help you, because there's nothing like taking the life of a baby. Like, that is the most selfish thing anybody could ever do. That child has not gotten a chance to live yet. So please, please, if you feel any inkling, if you even have the thought of harming your child to the point where it could lead to death for yourself or that child, because we don't want to see you go. We definitely don't want to see you go, because if you go, that baby's gonna be left without a mom. They're not better off without you. They are not. And even if you feel like you can't take on the burden of a child, the responsibility, matter of fact, of a child, then A, don't have one, or B, take it to the fire station, take it to a shelter, take it to somewhere. Do not harm your children, people. And this is something that I feel like I have to talk about, because I know that as a first-time mom, I had no clue. Damn it, what is it with these flies? Why? Anyways, I know that as a first-time mom, I had no clue about postpartum depression. I thought everything was going to be all hunky-dory, all happy, and, you know, kicks and fucking shits and giggles, you know? And I know someone who said that they had a really hard time bonding with their daughter after her birth. I mean, they Gucci down to the socks now, but that's not the point. She was going through postpartum depression is the point. And I don't think she said anything about it. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, whether she said something about it or not, but she's dealt with it. And I feel like they don't tell first-time moms about postpartum depression enough, so that they can prepare themselves, so that they can, like, filter through their emotions when it's happening. Because if you have some preconceived knowledge about what's going on, then you can say, okay, hey, I may or may not be going through this. Let me talk to somebody. Let me talk to my doctor. Let me figure it out. And there are a lot of first-time moms here on YouTube. You have Ray from It's My Ray Ray. You have what's her name, Jade from Lipstick and Curls. You have dang it, I can't remember her name for some reason. I can't remember her name, but it's Liddy with the Yanceys, them. And just there's a bunch of other people. And my friend is about to be a first-time mom, and y'all know her, KJ. And KJ is about to be a first-time mom too. And I feel like videos like this and topics like this can benefit them, because if they don't know, then they won't know, you know? But seriously though, it's a topic that is not talked about enough. It's not discussed enough. It's something that I think women are ashamed of, honestly. And there is no reason to be ashamed. Your doctor will not think you're fucking nuts, okay? Your doctor will not think you're incompetent. Your doctor will not think that your child needs to be taken to CPS because you have postpartum depression. They can help you. That is my whole point of this video, is that postpartum depression is a thing, okay? It is real, and it can affect any mother, no matter whether it's your first baby or your 17th. And as a matter of fact, while I was doing my research, it can affect fathers too, but I don't think it hits them as hard as it hits women, because of the hormone thing, because, you know, our hormones are changing. Theirs aren't necessarily changing, but they do go through that change of having a child externally. I know it can happen to males too, so men, or if you think your significant other is going through postpartum depression as well, you know, talk to them about it. Excuse me, sorry. Oh. So yeah, that is my little spiel on postpartum depression. I hope this video can help somebody, maybe a first-time mom, or even not a first-time mom who has experienced postpartum depression and had no clue what was going on. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this Mom Chat Monday, and I will be back next week.